Can you walk me through a typical deal? You alluded to some of the cash flow, but what's your ideal property, or maybe one that you recently did?
Well, one property that I looked at, it the purchase price on it was right around 70. We probably figured we would put about $20,000 in rehab. The ARV would run about maybe 110,000. So with those numbers, I'll leave some money in on that deal, but I also have a shorter horizon than you do. I've got, how many years do I have on you? 20, right?
Somewhere around there.
So
Who's counting?
for me to get done what I need to get done, I look at it this way. There's a whole thing about buying these rentals, but then there's also momentum. There's also learning a new state. So I was willing to take the first few properties and leave some money in them.
So and when you say leave money in them, what do you mean exactly?
Well, in that deal there, at a buy at 70 and 20,000, and for rehab, 110 ARV, I probably leave about 7,500 in.
Okay, so when you refinance it, you can pull out 75%. Is that how much you're pulling out of
about maybe 82, 83,000, something like that.
Okay, yeah. So the bank will give you 75%, and then you got to leave 25% in. So you'll leave about 7,500 of your money in equity in the property.
And my goal is actually to learn the area better, to do more marketing, and find better deals. But right now, I'm kind of, I don't want to get into that analysis paralysis thing where you look at things so hard and so long that you don't do anything, right?
Yeah.
So, to me, it's not a bad deal. It's not a home run deal. It's not the best deal in the world, but it keeps me adding properties to my portfolio. It keeps me to where there's cash flow that's helping pay off mortgages, and it just keeps the momentum going for me.
Nice.
And that timing is so important to pay everything off. If I don't keep adding the extra cash flows, let's say for next year, if I can do the one property per year, I'll add a cash flow per year paying off mortgages, and then that just affects how long it's going to take to pay off the whole portfolio.
That's interesting. Yeah.
It's amazing, actually.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that snowball effect of having, it's almost better to take a little bit less equity if you can get some more properties, if your intent is just to use the cash flow from those properties to be paying down the mortgages.
Yeah. And that's my goal. I mean, that's absolutely my goal. I'm some of the things that I liked about Andrew's course when I took that is, he said, if you're thinking that real estate is something that you'll be able to jump into and quit your job and wake up with the natural sunlight and, take world cruises and, all those types of things, you're probably kidding yourself, right?
What?
It's going to be, yeah, I know. I know. So the idea was whatever I'm doing now to make money, I need to keep doing that. Go ahead and build the portfolio so that all the cash flows can pay down.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to this segment of the interview with Randy Ridderhoff. I think he's a great example to anyone who might be thinking, I'm too old to get into rental property investing, or I'm getting close to retirement or the end of my career, so it's too late for me to build a rental property portfolio. But, he's got 6 rental properties. He's planning to add another 30 over the next 2 years. And I think, it's a great example for people who have, kind of caught themselves with that sort of mindset. So if you want to hear more about how he's doing this and listen to the full interview, you can check it out on any podcast player. Also, if you got value out of this clip, out of this segment of the interview, if you could give it a thumbs up and also hit subscribe. There's going to be other segments of this interview. There's going to be a lot of other interviews that'll be released on a weekly basis, so you get notified when those are released. Also, if you want to continue the conversation, head on over to the Living Off Rentals Facebook group. I hang out there. There's a lot of other great rental property investors that hang out there. You can get your questions answered. You can also continue the conversation there. So I hope to see you there. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.